Well, hi there, everyone. It's a quick Friday night MLB recap as well as we're going to do some preparation for Saturday. And I'm going to throw down some really quick predictions for Saturday at the end of this video. So if you want to get Saturday's picks before they go live into the Google Sheet tomorrow, you can stick around the video because if I don't receive any compensation by 1 o'clock tomorrow, that I'm not posting them. I'm not going to update in the morning. That's how this works. I have a very, very busy schedule in the near future, and I'm going to be extremely busy. So, noon will roll around. There'll be people in this Google Sheet, and I'll be like, guess what? If you guys haven't paid me today, I am not doing this. I don't have to bed today. I got so much going on. So that being said, I am going to prepare at the end of this video once we quickly talk about these games. So the Dodgers haven't lost yet, but it's close. It's the bottom of the 10th. There's two out. They got two guys on. They're down 2-1 to Cleveland. So they might be losing this game right now. So let's talk about how the day went. And also we're going to talk about round robin bets because I noticed in the video that I did with Katrina earlier today, I had not shared this screen that's showing round robin picks. And so I wanted to show you how I do this betting where you don't win every day, but when you hit and you get a lot of picks, you get a really nice payout and more than pays for everything. I'm up over $3,000 on FanDuel this year, and I do this basically every day, betting about $100 doing small time bets. This is not how much I bet. I'm showing something else right now, but I bet like $25, $50 round robins with a bunch of teams, and I use the algorithm as a guide. Today, oh my gosh, today I just have to complain about something. I had a round robin that was perfect, and up until the St. Louis Boston game where I took under 10.5 because I couldn't believe this line. If you the over under, this game was 6-1 with two outs in the top of the ninth, and St. Louis got 4 runs, I believe. I think it was 6-1 or 6-2. It was at least 3 runs. I think it was 4. Horrible beat that deep into, oh god, I couldn't believe it. I saw a couple more picks on that round robin to make it perfect, and it wasn't as sad after the Angels lost because I had the Angels on my round robin too and they got destroyed, so at least it wasn't going to be perfect anyway. But that is a tough way to go down. Man, I was really surprised this game went over. So all right, let's back up a sec. So looking at the picks in order, Minnesota was the #1 pick of the day after updated all these lineups in the Excel file. That's different than what the Google Sheet says, where we ran these picks throughout the day. No, it's not. Actually, it's still on there as #1. And the Dodgers is #2. And it looks like they're both going down. Unbelievable. Philly sweeps Washington. That makes sense. Atlanta does not win. Milwaukee does barely win. San Francisco wins. The Yankees win triumphantly. Boston does win. The Mets win. This game was wrong in here. Texas wins. Houston does crush it and wins. San Diego gets slowed down by Colorado. Minnesota loses. Angels crushed. And here this Oakland Kansas City game goes in Kansas City's favor. So it's really not that great of a day. As you can see here, even though it's looking like the top 4 out of 5 teams win, assuming the Dodgers don't come back to win. Dodgers lost. It's over. So this is the final. So I want to talk about, well, when I usually grab 7 teams or throw everything on a round robin, what does that look like if you just took the top 7 teams here in this game and played them to win? It would look something like this. This is what the 8 teams looks like, but usually I'll go about 7 is the most I'll go. Would have gone 4-3 and you'd lose about 65% of your wager if you evenly distributed your bets. Well, the fun thing about connecting this round robin sheet to the MLB algorithm is we don't have to look just top down. We could also look in different ways, saying, well, what if you only like to bet on home teams, for example? Okay. Your home teams go 3-2. So that would be a round robin of 5s. So you could do something like this and see how that went. Also loses about half your money today because you just had trouble winning some games up top, right? Well, how about other looks? Let's go with, instead of just home teams, let's sort this by teams with the best lines that the algorithm picked. That would be sorting by line descending. Okay. Let's do the top 5 again. This is the top 6 actually pretty well, but do top 5 or 6 just to see what it would have paid. Top 5 almost breaks even, and top 6. That 6 is going to win money. Yep, 6 actually wins a little bit of money. So these are the teams that had the best lines, although Kansas City wasn't favored earlier in the day. That the algorithm really switched around some teams that were at the bottom of the list because they were so close. So it's tough to say what was on there. I think actually Texas was on there instead of Detroit earlier or something. I don't know. Point is it was a tougher day, but when you look back at previous days and what this would pay, you'll start to see where our big days are and how much we can make. So let's go back to the 7 game. Okay, this is 7 teams where let's pretend you put $1 on everything. Although I do it more like this. Explain how I do it. I do it about like this. If you're doing a $50 bet, I think it's like this: 0.25, 0.5, 0.5. Something like that. Oh, I know what it is. It's 0.7. So that's what it is. It's 1, it's 0.75, it's 0.5, and 0.25. Bam, that's a $50 wager. Okay, so if you're doing 7 teams, you're splitting it up by 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, and 7s with small amounts of money. This is what I call micro betting. I put it on this. You can see that here. What were we looking at yesterday now? Yeah, we're looking at yesterday. So today, right? It's going to be a loser, right? We're looking at today, and it says, yeah, you're losing them way a lot, which I did today when I bet some of these picks that weren't on that round robin. But what about yesterday? Yesterday, you lose a little bit. What about the day before? Day before, you also lose, going 5 and 2. Okay. Day before that. Oh, what happens the day before that? Yeah, you win $300. That's what happens. And this is kind of the pattern where I say about once out of every 5 days you hit it. So this is betting terrible lines, by the way. So it's really you bet things differently. You bet like Atlanta -1.5. You bet St. Louis -1.5, and I believe a lot of those still won, because you can tell by how many runs they covered here. See, it's Atlanta, St. Louis, Dodgers, all these teams covered. So you don't take this negative -275 line. You actually get a better line at the team -1.5, especially when they're away, like Atlanta. So this payout you're seeing here of 5 to 1, it's actually more than that, because you don't usually take this line that's this bad. But that just kind of shows you, like, all right, well, if you just made 5 to 1 on your money, then how many days, like the next day you lost, the next day you lost, today you're going to lose. Well, you just made 5 to 1 on your money on this day, right? And it works backwards like this as well. Okay, here's the day before that. Day before that, it loses 26% right here. Well, what about the day before that? It loses 18%. So it's a lot of like breaking even, kind of close. You're going to lose on this day. Oh, what about this day? What about the 10th? Oh yeah, 6 and 1, you double your money. Like, this is just kind of the way it works. So it's not a daily process. It's like a 5-day process, I feel like. So, all right. So not that great of a day. Well, tomorrow's another day. Let's quickly, like I said, update for tomorrow. So in order to freeze the day, this is the quick little tutorial on how to freeze the previous day and get a quick look, which we need to be updated tomorrow with some extensive work for lineups and things. That's why it takes so long in the morning. Is there are pitching changes, there are lineup changes. When things actually get finalized, it takes longer in the morning. This is a very quick, rendering of what the day is supposed to be, but it's also not confirmed, and you're gonna have pitching changes. It's not what you want to act on. I'm not as successful when I act on this type of information earlier at night and not right before the game. So grab it. Plus, we don't even have lines on all these games yet. So we're throwing the odds in. We also have 16 games, probably the same matchups as yesterday. So we can get rid of the odd sheet we just had. So now we're populating our matchup sheet with these games and 16 games. They're here, and we need to get our lineups set up. So RotoWire does provide lineups for tomorrow, but they're expected. And here they are. This is Saturday. Yeah, Saturday, June 18th. And we grab those lineups. We're going to put them right here. And we just refresh. And now we're going to check to make sure that all the lineup factors are filled in. They are, which means we have all the pitchers' names correctly spelled. And this is how easy it is to get a rendering. So we're going to refresh at tomorrow and voila. Here it is. But I mean, it's for what it's worth. It's not complete. It's not fully accurate. And so things are definitely going to change, and sometimes they're going to change significantly. So there's your look, guys. I do see a few underdogs on here, but of course we'll want to check out tomorrow. And if you want me to get this thing up and get this thing accurate, I have to take time out of my day. I ask to be compensated for that. You can compensate me in any one of these ways, or you can contact me. I can send an invoice to you. But the more I get, the quicker and the more effort that I'm going to put into getting the MLB algorithm up tomorrow, because that's just the way it works. All right. So good luck, everybody. May all your picks be winning.